Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we'll be looking at the new Sunday Football League in London. We'll also be looking at the draws for the National Cup and the London Sunday Challenge Cup as well. And first of all, I'd like to send the condolences to the royal family on the passing of Queen Elizabeth. Obviously, we had postponements of games on Sunday, and we don't know whether games will be called off again this Sunday. I think it's down to the councils, because obviously for the Barnet League, Enfield Council have actually cancelled bookings of pitches up to the 18th, which means the majority of games in the Barnet League would get called off. But we're going to start off here. As you can see, we've got the screen share on, and we'll be running through supposedly what should be the first round of fixtures. I don't know how they're going to handle this, but last Sunday or yesterday, it was meant to be M Boys against AFC Brixton, Grand Athletic versus The Wall, and Saha versus SC Dons. And then you've got Hatch United taking on Kumasi Strikers, Rocker Seniors facing Hatcham, and Under the Radar taking on Lambeth All Stars. So we're going to discuss, first of all, what I think of the league and what I think of the teams. You know, I believe that a lot of these teams deserve to be here. You know, I'm not going to name teams that don't deserve to be here, because at the end of the day, it's going to show at the end of the season whether they're at this level or not. I was surprised by a few of the names, to be honest. Saha, for me, they were a championship or a Premier Division side in the OBD SFL last season. They weren't even in the senior division. So, you know, and they didn't even win the Premier Division in the OBD SFL. Sports Kings All Stars won it. So I was very surprised that they were in it. Hatch United as well. They are an up-and-coming team. I know they've got some very good players, but they didn't even win their league. They didn't go anywhere in the London Junior Cup. So I was very surprised that they were invited in. You know, even Kumasi Strikers, you know, bottom half team in the OBDSFL, knocked out fairly early against Oakwood in the London Cup. They did beat SE Dons, but again, a team that, you know, underperformed last season. And I think they'll say it as well. You know, I'm a fan of Kumasi Strikers. I think they're a team with, you know, very rich history, very good team. But, you know, you got the SC Dons, the Hatchams, the Under the Radars, the Lambeths, I think, and Grand Athletic. I think they're the bigger teams in this division. I think they're the stronger teams. I'm not saying any of these other teams are you know, not strong. I think that a lot of these teams deserve to be here, and I think I'd like to see them prove their worth. But there's always that cloud. There's going to be a cloud over this competition the first season, because you had your Baitezes, you had your Hatch Lanes, your Takers that didn't join up. You know, you had teams like that could have been in this league, like Oakwood, Highgate Albion, Trabzonspor. There's plenty of other teams that you'd say maybe they could have, you know, joined this league. And I'm not saying they're better than them, but I'm just saying that you've got a team like Highgate Albion who got to the National Cup final. You've got a team like Baiteze that won the National Cup. Hatch Lane won the London Cup. And I'm saying that to have the best division, you've got to have these teams in. And it's just simple. It's just simple. You know, some people may hate my opinion here, but to have the best league, you've got to have the best teams. And I think this is a very strong league. I think it is, for me, the best league in London. But having a Hatch Lane, having a Baiteze in this league would definitely make it stronger. there's no argument in that. I don't want people to be arguing because it's true. My predictions in this league, I'm not going to say who's going to finish bottom because that's just rude. I'm going to go for a top three. I'm going to go SE Dons 1. I'm going to go Hatcham 2 and Under the Radar 3. But I think it could be open here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Hatch United play, how they handle the step up in quality, because I know a lot about Hatch United. We were meant to play them last season in pre-season, and the standard of teams they have played compared to who they're playing. AFC Kumasi Strikers' first game of the season, I think Kumasi want to prove a point as well. Prove that they're there. Prove me wrong. As I say, Kumasi, prove me that you deserve to be there. Show me that you've still got that, title winning form from a few seasons ago. I want to see them go out there on Sunday and give a great account of themselves. But away from that, we're going to move on now to the Sunday Cup draw. And I was kind of surprised that a lot of, you can get 128 teams. I can't remember how many teams entered here, but 44, we got 46, 48, 50, 52, 4, 6, 8, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 82, 84, 88. So you've got 88 teams entering. I've probably got the maths wrong as well. 88 teams entering. You've got 22 ties in the first round. For me, the pick of them is Under the Radar versus SE Dons. First round. But yeah, you've got Hatch Lane in the first round as well. You've got teams like Dock as well from up north. You've got Club Lucy who had a great game against Highgate Albion last season, and really again it's going to be a very interesting Sunday Cup. We had the northern teams doing very well for the last few seasons. But this season was a very much dominant performance in the south. Both their teams getting through to the final. Highgate Albion taking on the Baiteze squad in a fantastic final, fantastic occasion for everyone involved with both the clubs. Great effort from Highgate Albion in the match, but Baiteze had a bit too much on the day and they were deserved winners. Very good performance from Baiteze on the day, and they'll be looking forward to defending this cup. But it's going to be very hard for them, even though they're a fantastic outfit. You've got teams up and down the country. They've got a big red dot on them, and they're going to be the target for all these teams. But a lot of teams, a lot of good teams in this, and don't count out anyone. Anyone in this cup could win this. As I always say, to get to this level and to get to this stage, the Sunday Cup, you have to be a good team. There's no bad teams in this draw. So moving on to the London Cup, London Sunday Challenge Cup first round. We're just going to roll through the teams. Oh, Hatcham actually in it twice, actually. They've got an OBDSFL team. So AFC Brixton take on Lusitanos. AFC Kumasi Strikers take on Hatcham's OBDSFL team. Badu from the Hackney and Leighton League take on Highgate Albion. Baiteze take on Middlesbrough Supporters South. They are also from Hackney and Leighton. Baldon Sports Westford take on Bickley. Clapham Rovers take on Lambeth All Stars. Eastway Athletic from Essex Corinthian take on their fellow Essex Corinthian team El Valiente. FC Baller take on the Wrongans. FC Elmstead take on Rocker Seniors. Flyhouse Athletic take on Gower All Stars. Grand Athletic face AFC Balham. Hatch United take on Panathinaikos, who've just moved to the Barnet League. I think this is my pick of the draw. Hatch Lane, London Cup champions, Essex Corinthian champions. They take on AFC Oakwood, who are the Barnet League champions. this should be a fantastic game. I think if you're gonna, I think it's in a couple of weeks' time, 2nd of October the games are. But if you're going to go down to watch a game in the London Cup, I very much recommend Hatch Lane versus Oakwood. Oakwood did get off to an indifferent start in the league this last weekend, losing to the Bandits in a game where I thought they controlled the first half very well. They should have put the game to bed. They should have been 2 or 3 up. They didn't. They let the Bandits back into the game, and the Bandits were very clinical. They preyed on some of Oakwood's mistakes, and they took advantage. And at the end of the day, came away with a win. Hendon United versus the Bandits. I don't really want to talk about Hendon United. I have bad flashbacks about conceding 6 goals against them. So the Bandits are going to have a very hard day. To be honest, the game against Hendon United, I actually played pretty well. You know, you say, how can you play pretty well and letting 6 goals? Yeah, I made some really good saves. I think I got unlucky with a few of them. Saved a penalty, the ball rebounded back to the striker. Made some saves, just the ball fell to their striker, and he had an easy second shot. We did push forward. I think the game was 2-1 for about 30, 40 minutes, and we just didn't take our chance, and then they killed us off. Very professional team. But yeah, they take on the Bandits, who'll be, you know, very confident after their first round win over Oakwood in the league. They'll be full of confidence after that. Highgate and Muswell Hill, who went quite far, you know, in the cup last season, they take on Olympia. Jam take on Zavellas. Kenningwell United take on Bulltarks. London All-Stars take on City East. City East from Hackney and Leighton as well. Good to see City East in the draw. We actually played them in the London Junior Cup a few seasons ago. Very good team, very passionate, you know, very loud, but know how to play ball as well. Mehmetchik Galata take on Hackney Borough. Mildeen take on Bayswater. Park Royals take on United Dean. Parklife take on Swag. Red Velvet take on Lazio. Secret take on Dunlupina. Southwest Rangers take on Golden Eagles. Spartans face Saha. Sporting Continental, my boys. I wish Hugo and the boys, Juppy, all the success, you know, in this, and I hope they go, you know, as far as you know, winning the cup. I really hope that. I think they're my boys in this group, in this draw. You know, Sporting Continental always, you know, have time for them. You know, great bunch of lads, always supporting me, always supporting the channel. You know, past that, Hugo as well. It's a fantastic person, fantastic human being, great footballer as well. Yeah, I'll take my money. I'll PayPal me after this. Yeah. So moving on, the Wall taking on Heavy Hitters. This is a very interesting game as well. The Wall obviously had a lot of controversy over the Beckenham Town incident, and they're looking to move on from that. They take on a very, you know, organised, very determined team in Heavy Hitters, and Heavy Hitters have caused a lot of Premier Division teams in the Barnet League problems, and now they've moved up to the Premier Division as well. They beat Highgate Albion last season. They beat Park Royals to win the Premier Cup last season. So I feel like they'll cause the Wall a few problems. The Wall falling in the first hurdle last season against Highgate Albion, but let's see how they do on their own turf against Heavy Hitters. You got Under the Radar moving to the SFL. They take on R2J, who are in Westford now. You got Westbourne United of the Barnet League in an all Barnet League clash against Zaza, and then you've got Westminster Wanderers taking on SE Dons. Great chance for Westminster Wanderers of the Southern Sunday to have their crack against SE Dons, to get a bit of exposure for the club. I like that as well. I think that's how you should be viewing playing YouTube teams. You shouldn't go out there to kind of, you know, be me in the camera. I think it's a way to get your club, you know, looked at in a positive light, you know, to get your club looked at in a community sense and stuff like that, to show your values as a club. And that's the kind of thing that you should be doing when you play these YouTube teams. I don't think AFC Rose. We're a good bunch of lads. We don't mock teams. Yeah, so that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. I will see you soon. I'll try and provide some more content. Thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, and also leave a comment at the end so I know you've watched this video. Who you think will win the SFL, the London Cup, and the National Cup. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.